Hi friend, it's Amy with Renewing Stitches for another flip through of a vintage magazine. If you are new, welcome. I have a large collection of they're vintage, but they're not because I'll be vintage if that's it. They are classic. That's what it is. Classic magazines from the 80s and 90s. Things that I remember stitching from, flipping through. I didn't keep them. None of my family kept them, but I did get some more from my sweet husband who bought me a lot. And so I'm just flipping through them. This series, if you'll go back, if you'll look in the playlist that this is in, there are 30 something, and I will be adding to them every other week or so. I also am going to start stitching from them. I have stitched several, but I want to stitch more because they're just going to sit there and look lovely, and I would like them to be lovely out and about. So starting on the 26th, every month, starting January 26th, every month on the 26th, I will be pulling from previous flip throughs and starting a new chart. So that's the plan. But for the flip throughs, I'm gathering my thoughts as I'm talking as well. For the flip throughs, I will be just continuing on going through my stash, and hopefully you enjoy these. Maybe you remember them. If you're, if you don't, if you weren't around, then and you want to see them, just stay tuned. There's great things. There are things that are definitely period stitches that are from the time that just are nostalgic for me and many others. If you remember these, did you stitch any of them? Do you still have them? I would love to see them. But we'll just go. The lighting is difficult today. It's cloudy outside. So I'm going to do the best I can because I really want to get this up and ready for you this weekend. So or next weekend. Anyway, this is what we're flipping through today. And you're looking at the magazine, not me anyway. So this is from April of 1992. Just CrossStitch magazine in April of 92. The magazine was $3.95, and in Canada it was $4.95. So it's fun. And I will show some of the advertisements. I don't remember if there's any in here that I had marked to show. There aren't many advertisements in this one. But in some of the magazines, I will show the advertisements because it's fun to see what we were wearing and how our hair was, but also what was being stitched, from clowns to, horses and castles and even, beautiful samplers. It's just a wide range. Now the floss has expanded to the fancier flosses. And the fabric has expanded to much more variety of fabric than, white or cream or black and blue. So, but it's just neat to see. I will stop rambling and get going now. So this first stitch is, there are 3 patterns. You get this one and the 2 smaller ones. Excuse me. And there aren't any artists noted, any designers noted. So I don't have, unless I see them as I'm flipping through. Whenever I went through the first 2 or 3 times, I didn't see any. So I'll just tell you what the pattern name is and the sizes, and whatever else is in here I can show you. So this first pattern set is called From the Forest. And the bigger design is 112 stitches square, and the smaller ones are 56 stitches square. I want to do these, and I don't know how to I don't know how to display it, but I do want to do it in blue, perhaps, if maybe not. I love the animals. So and maybe put the animals in different colors. This deer one and the rabbit and the bird right here. That's really the one I want to do, and maybe in red or green for winter. I don't have a lot of bigger winter stitches. I have a lot of smaller smaller stitches, I guess. I just don't have a lot of bigger ones, so I'd like to start on the bigger ones. All right. On the first page is the beginning letter from the editor. She talks about how she went to visit the DMC manufacturing factory in March of '91. She talks about that. Very neat. I've seen several people visit it recently on Instagram, and it's out. Maybe one day that would be fun to see. And I'll show you these also. Look at these. That advertisement down there for Sentiments of Love. The basket is just beautiful. I would stitch several of these. I would. See if I can get it without the glare. All right, and I do have several noted. These are the ones that I want to stitch. And then, you know, as I know, this is how it starts. I have all of these tabby things sticking out of my magazines, and they're just waiting for me, and that's why I wanted to start stitching from them this year. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to stitch from any of these currently, but the goal is to use the ones that I've already worked on and then work my way up maybe, but anyway. All right, this is Pansies and Rosebuds. Here's the pansy. Pansy pear is 76 high by 77 wide. Finished in that. And this is the pansy and rosebud. In here there are instructions on how to do the bag, the sachet, and the pillow. Pansy and rosebuds is 65 high by 97 wide. My sister loves pansies. Let me see that, well, I guess it's on, yeah. This is the rosebud, you know, a singular rosebud, but the pansy is, I guess you can see it right here. She had pansies at her wedding, and it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. I could do that for her. Stitch it up really quickly. I wonder, let me see if I can find it real quick. How big the one square, or one, there it is. So one flower in the diamond shape is maybe 40 wide, 45 wide by 35 tall. And it's not, I mean, it's not full coverage. It's got a handful of colors. So that might stitch up quickly. I might do that for my sister. There we go. Get my face out of the way. On the back here, let me show you as well. Right there. Okay. Next is, and that's marked as one of my to-dos. Next is the grapes and strawberries, grape cluster and just berries. These are on tea towels, 30 stitches tall by 60 wide. It'd be a cute little, what do you call it, a drum? It'd be a pretty drum, just a little tiny drum. Wrap it around, 30 by 60. And then another tea towel is for St. Patrick's Day. This one is 25 high by 73 wide on the tea towel. Let's see, what else is on here? Summer months. Yeah, it's just a towel that you can find. They still have them at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if Michael's has them still or not. Hobby Lobby's close to me. Michael's not so much. All right. I guess we're on the next page because it's sticking. Yep. All right. This is a strawberry apron. And I do have this marked because I would love to stitch the strawberries and make it into a berry. Oh, let me see. You don't want to see my writing. Turn that around. Here we go. It's a tiny picture. I wish it had a bigger picture. But I would love to make that a berry. I have a stitch that I did, I completed it not last year before we moved, but the year before. And it's on a pink fabric, and I still haven't made it into a strawberry. So maybe if I stitch this one, then I could make both of them into strawberries. But it is, the stitch count is 69 high by 70 wide. And it would make a good strawberry, a strawberry for the strawberry. So it's pretty. I think it's pretty. I wish there was a bigger picture. And on the back, nope, it's even smaller. So, moving along. This is advertisement for DMC, but I wanted you to see this sampler right here. Can you see that? There we go. I wonder if it's on their website. Fanny Moss. Mots, M-O-T-S. I wonder if it's on their website. I'll have to look. And if it is, I will try to link it below. All right, here's a bigger picture of the cover. There we go. There aren't very many patterns in here, but that's okay. There's not a lot of fluff either. This one's called He Who Laughs, and He Who Laughs Last, which is fun. You know, we always hear He Who Laughs, I don't know what it is. He Who Laughs Last laughs. Never mind. I don't know. But He Who Laughs Last, because we need to laugh, don't we? This one is 96 high by 85 wide. It's on a 14 count Aida. It shouldn't take long. All of it is backstitch. I mean, literally all of it is backstitch. Yeah. So all those laughing people. And then we get to all the patterns in the middle, which is on a lot of the magazines from this time. Patterns were in the middle, but also there were some where the patterns were all, I think it's, which one was it? The pictures are in the middle, the color pictures are in the middle, and all the patterns are on both sides. So I have done a couple of those. Those are harder to find, but not harder to find, but harder to plan for. That's the word. All right, then you have Ask the Stitchers, and they're talking about what they're looking for. Winnie the Pooh charts, monogram, a good monogram alphabet, something called Country Cupboard from Just CrossStitch. There's also a list of shops. Oh, here's the designers. Okay, so the designers for this issue, haha, yay! The designers for this issue are Linda Jerry, Jary, Kathy Livingston, Patty Matthews, Consuela Moulton, Terry Foley, Cheryl Pittman, and Robin Taylor. So, very thankful for them. They have some good stuff. All right, next is, let's see here. Oh yes, the album quilt. So they're working on this quilt. This is the next installment. This is a flower basket right here. This is the quilt that they're doing. And this is the pattern included in this magazine is this flower basket. It is 144 stitches high by 140 wide. And it's beautiful. And of course there's back stitching, but other than that, I don't think there's any other specialty stitches. I really want to do this one. I think it's so pretty. The flowers are so pretty. I mean, the roses. I'm a sucker for roses. I love roses. Yellow roses are my favorite, but any roses. I want to do that. Next is Love Lives Here. It's a wedding, a small wedding sampler, it's really small if it's a sampler. Love Lives Here. Love Lives Here is 84 high by 117 wide. Love the writing. So pretty. And the corners, I mean, that would make a pretty tiny little strawberry. Okay. And then there is a tablecloth. Now, back in the day, we used to have hope chest. This is a hope chest from the hope chest collection. This is, let's see here, it's in two sections. The corner section is 40 stitches square, and then the middle part is 70 long by 40 wide. No, 70 wide by 40 high. That's it. And it's stitched on a tablecloth, which is, let's see, did they know? It's probably from Charles Craft. Let's see here. Does it say? Fabric. Nope, from Norden Crafts. 27 count cream linen from Norden count, and you use 1 yard. So, stitched. Let's see, it doesn't say cross stitch 4 threads using 4 strands of cross over 4 threads using 4 strands of floss. So 4 over 4. Back stitching is 2 strands unless otherwise indicated. So that's why it's large. But it says friendship alone has that to give which makes it worth our while to live. Isn't that lovely? Yes. And there's other sayings too. There's several. Like the corners are the same, but the four I'm sitting here pointing to it and you can't see. Let's be better about this, Amy, shall we? These are different, and those are all in there, but the 4 corners are the same. So that's lovely, and I don't believe there's anything in the middle. Nope, there's nothing in the middle. All right, next is a spring sweater. And I wonder where do you get that? A stockinette stitch sweater, white pullover, 10 vertical stitches per inch by 6 horizontal. Okay, so you just stitch it on top of the sweater. Isn't that fun? Oh goodness. Okay, so it's 46 stitches high, and then the width of the sweater. So this is 46, so you just do the repeat. So neat. Yeah, and it gives you steps. Here, I'll show you real quick how to stitch on the knit, which opens up a world of things for me. I know people do it, I just haven't done it. So, very neat. Very, very neat. And that's it. There's just a handful of stitches here, handful of charts. Hot off the press are a lot of samplers from 1991 and 92. Sadly, it's black and white, but if there's anything that you'd like to see, I'm sure Google will show you the color version. Like, I'd like to see that Cinnamon Heart Needleworks, the Nantucket sampler. Right there. We'll look for that one. This one's pretty. I mean, there's so many. Okay, I'm done now. Yep, I'm done. And the back shows just several. They're all. Although I wish that we could have seen the apron in a little bit bigger picture. So that is all, friends. 20 minutes. Yay. All right. So this is Just Cross Stitch from April of 1992. And I hope you liked something. If you didn't, that's fine too. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is fun to go down memory lane. I really do want to do that. flower basket. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to do in this. Let me know if you have this. I would love to stitch it with you, stitch something in here with you. I will see you soon, and that's all, folks. I will see you later and in the comments. Bye, friend.